Vampires. Vampires. Gods, I hate vampires. Filthy creatures. Cheaters, too. They cheat at cards, they do. They do. Yeah, my mother was a vampire. Very funny, Hans. Anyway, our heroes had yet not found the source of the Blood Veil Plague. The lives of everyone in the city hung in the balance. Death rode everywhere. Enough to bring filthy vampires up from down below. Yeah. I think the city was just gonna die. Leave it for the vampires. Just kidding. Just kidding. I mean, our heroes are gonna figure it out, right? Right.
Hello, Dungeon fans. It's Friday night. We are playing the Pathfinder Adventure Card Game. I am Kevin from level 9 of the dungeon, your host with the most. For those of you watching on YouTube, I do want to say this is a live streamed show. So sometimes I talk off screen to people who come in the chat room and talk to me. I have added the chat room little widget here, so if anybody does come and talk to me, you'll be able to see what is being said as well, if you pay attention. There will be points at the end. Okay, where are we? We are on the second adventure of the campaign path Curse of the Crimson Crown. Throne, not crown, throne. I am off tonight. I'm about to get back on now. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I mean. So, let's see here. There's this plague that's ravaging Korsova, the Blood Veil. We've been dealing with it for about 3 adventures, or 3 scenarios now. The last bit of leads, the last mission, Hakon, Lenny, and Fumbus, they investigated a graveyard for some body dumping, found out there was some vampire activity there, but it wasn't there wasn't any evidence that a vampire had anything to do with the plague. They did stumble upon a woman, a half-elf woman, who was summoning zombies, and summoned zombies at a party, or she's a rather affluent woman. Summoned zombies, had held a party, summoned zombies, and had them kind of ravage and turn the people at her party into zombies. Some kind of fucked up zombie party. The heroes were able to save one person, and that person gave them a little bit of a lowdown on what happened at the party. They actually, the team killed the half-elf woman without interrogating her. They're not much of interrogators. But come to find out, and this is bear with me, this is going to be slightly bit convoluted. At least it feels that way at me. Maybe it'll be better once I start spewing it off to you. But there was a musician at the party. Before the shit hit the fan, there was a musician at the party who was bragging about having gotten the plague and gotten over it. This grabbed the ear of this half-elf's boyfriend, who, a stringy-haired, pasty fellow, who just straight up abducted this person from the party. All right, the person who they had saved, the witness, we'll call it the witness, said that it was a very odd situation, very crazy. They couldn't believe it happened. People played it off like it really didn't happen. This was a bunch of rich people. Not that poor people wouldn't do this too. Everybody kind of acted like, yeah, all right, okay, everything's okay, pass the wine. When he just kind of straight up left the party with this person. Now, a little bit later, zombies, plague, shit went down. So, having no other leads whatsoever in the search for finding the source of this Blood Veil plague, the team, being good investigators, getting a little better at being good investigators, were like, okay, this is interesting. Who is this musician? musician, who was the boyfriend. Well, they did find that out. Actually, the woman said the last name was Lamb. If you remember correctly, Gadrin Lamb was was kind of a criminal kingpin that brought the team into town. The vengeance, or he was the cause of them coming to the town for vengeance. They ended up killing him on the docks, finding out later that he has a son who's a necromancer. They've not been able to meet with this necromancer yet, but based on the description that this woman has given them, they're pretty confident that Rolf Lamb, the son of Gadrin Lamb, is A, the necromancer, and B, the one who was the boyfriend of the half-elf warlock wizardess witch, and C, stole the musician and took her somewhere, abducted her somewhere. So, we're on the right path, we're thinking. And it did not go unnoticed. Hakon has been putting together, he's been recording everything because Hakon's doing this for the story. It's all about the story for him. And that's why he's kept Lenny and Fumbus involved. It's why he stayed, even though a lot of warning bells are going off. And it's actually turning into be a much more epic story than he had even imagined before. I mean, when you come into the city and the king dies and the queen takes over and there's riots and stuff, that's already the beginning of an epic story. He just has no idea how epic this is going to get. But he feels it. He feels it in his bones that it's big. And he's been recording everything at night when he goes home. He's been writing everything. And they found this all started, there's lots of this all started, but they came into town, he came into town with Lenny and Fumbus to help them find this Gadrin Lamb and seek revenge upon him for kidnapping kidnapping Lenny and Fumbus, or people who know him doing it, what he's doing to dream spiders, the whole drug thing. They met him, killed him, and then they found on his body a sigil, or a token of the Queen's, which nobody but an ambassador to the court or someone of the court should have. So it was already really odd. So they ended up taking it to the Queen, who was very grateful and had them join asked them to join the guard because the city was rioting and they needed help. And they needed, Lenny, Fumbus, and Hakon needed a place to stay and money, and so they decided to help along. And plus, like I said, Hakon wanted to see where this was going to go. So he's putting together loose things. He's like, the Queen is definitely suspect at this point. Why? Or someone in the court. Maybe not the Queen, but someone in the court. Even up to the Queen. He's not ruling anything out. He's putting the case together. If Hakon had string and paper and pens, he would have this shit all up on his wall in his end. But for now, he just has his journal. Trying to piece together what is actually going on in this city. Why did Gadrin's dad have this sign, this sigil? Why is they keep running into his offspring? Why is the necromancer dealing with the plague? Why is the necromancer's girlfriend starting a plague party? All this is very weird. So they go. The best they got is they do some research around town. They find out that the musician has a sister. They find out who the musician is just by talking to local taverns, and they're able to track down this person's sister, and she had not seen her since that night. She's very worried about her, and she confirms that yes, she did have the plague, but they thought maybe she was just sick. But and then she got over it. It couldn't really be the plague because everyone's dying, and she's very afraid of dying. But she did say she had gone to the hospice, or had talked about going to the hospice. Now, while the team has been busy chasing down these leads, there has been the Queen's doctors, the Queen's physicians, identified by the plague masks that they wear, have been going around town taking care of people. I say it like this, and then no spoiler. caring for people. They've been tasked with trying to figure out a cure for the disease until somebody else finds the source. And they run a hospice called the Hospice of the Blessed Maiden in a former warehouse in the West Dock. This hospice is where all these sick people go to get help. And she had either gone or talked about going. So without anything else to really go on, the team goes and sits outside the hospice hoping that this Ralph will come out or go in. Not sure. They don't have anything else. All they know is that this musician's sister brought up the hospice. They know it's weak, but they got nothing else. And so they're sitting outside the hospice. And what's weird is that after a day of waiting and nothing's going on, it's really odd that everybody who goes in, nobody comes out. For every sick person that goes in there, nobody else comes out. So the team goes back to base, and they're talking to Cressida Croft about it. And she says, look, the Gray Maiden Guard, which I believe are some sort of elite. Let's see, does it say anything about who they are? They're more of an elite Queen's Guard, tasked with protecting the Queen's physicians as they go around town. It's their kind of gig. And Cressida says, well, why don't you go back, visit the barracks, talk to them, see if they've seen this Rolf person or the musician. If she had come in there and gotten cured, why? And maybe you find some kind of... meanwhile, she would do some searching on her own around the streets to see if they can't track down Rolf Lamb. Okay, so we're going to start at the base. I want to pick up some supporters before we head off back to the hospice. Thank you for sticking through the setup. We're going to go Hakon, Linny, and Fumbus today. That's kind of how I'm feeling it. So I figured out something. I drew this. This is Hakon's opening hand. Love the Elven Curve Blade. It's been very helpful. He's got a scythe, the enhanced spell. He's pretty good at picking up all the stuff that Corvos and Dandies have taught him. His friends at the bars. He visits when he's not adventuring. Hakon, that is. The desert and the empty throne. A couple blessings. Cool thing. Hakon, I haven't been able to use this correctly, and now I'm realizing why. Because I'm dumb. No, because I just haven't been looking at it correctly. At the start of your turn, you may exchange a card with a card of the same type from your discards. Awesome. That means I can use the Elven Curve Blade and then discard it to add an additional 2d4, and then the very next turn, drop the scythe in the discard and get the Elven Curve Blade back. I can't rinse and repeat, though. For a second there, I thought I would be able to keep just doing that, but that's not how that works. That's going to be a one-time thing. That's okay. I've upgraded them to have 4 weapons. That would be nice to do at least once, if I really need it. It's not as cool as I thought it was. It's okay. We're drawing 3. Okay, so we are at the base. We're starting there. We're going to draw 3. Kepa de Bear. He's a new guy. He's a new guy who hears of us. He's at the field marshal's barracks. Overhears us talking about going to the hospice. He, without saying anything in front of Cressida Croft, the field marshal, he's a little suspicious of the Queen's physicians. How much are they really helping? All right, so I get to pick one of these. Since he's new, on all checks against undead banes, add 1d4. He may... Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. Amin, Gelento. On any check to acquire, he may bury to add 1d6. Okay. And then Vengarlo. On any combat check after you roll, I'm buried add 1d6. I'm gonna Vengarlo is gonna come with me. I'm gonna take him, I'm gonna display him. And we're gonna shuffle these back in. Return the rest in any order. Okay. And then he's going to, I can recharge. I'm going to recharge a couple cards. Just one card. Draw back up. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm supposed to blow an hour there. We blew an hour. Now Lenny's going to do the same thing. Let's see what Lenny's got. Porcupine form, cat form, magic leather armor, a trumpet, the teamster, which is our hero blessing, and then confusion. Alright. I don't like you being upside down. I just did that to myself. Alright, she drew an hour. You may avenge the discard. It doesn't matter. Amen. Capera de Bear and Thousand Bones. We're going to take Thousand Bones because you can bury him to heal a character. I'm going to display him next to us. And then put these two back. And then she can... I'm not going to do anything else. Alright, one last turn around. We're going to... Fumbus is going to enlist some help here as well. And Ashani. He is also a cleric. You may bury to heal each local character a card. You may bury to remove a scourge. I'm going to go ahead and use him. And let's see what Fumbus has. Fumbus always has a great hand, it seems. An armored coat. He looks very dapper. A very dapper goblin. Lightning touch. Flaming shortbow. That's a MVP right there. This is a new one. Tingly Burn Bag. Looking forward to using this. Basically, if I fail a combat check using it, I can evade automatically without having to take damage or anything. Noxious Bomb's always fun. Priest of Abadar. Abadabadar. The Tingled Bear. Priests like Fumbus. I'm not sure why. It's just kind of his charm. Alright, we are leaving the base and heading to the barracks to see if they have any information they can help us, that will help us. At this location, on your combat check, add 1d4. On your diplomacy and stealth checks, the difficulty is increased by 1d4. Huh. Okay. To close, you get to succeed at a combat check with a difficulty equal to, that would be 2 and 4, 9. Plus the total number of monsters on all location deck lists at the size built. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. Okay. The theater. At the start of your turn, examine the top card of your location. You may encounter it. Alright, Hakon. It's the start of his turn. He may examine this. A Bogard. Look at this guy. What is this guy doing in the barracks? Interesting. Is he in the barracks, or do we encounter him on the way? No, we're going to say he's in the barracks. Something's weird here. So, Craig. Hello. The barracks are in the building next to the warehouse, the hospice warehouse. When they get back to the area, there's not much going on outside. No sick going in, nobody coming out of the hospice, and pretty much the same with the building next door where the barracks are. Hakon goes, tries the door, it opens, he calls. The first thing that hits them is it's a salty sea smell and mildew, which isn't too weird because they are near docks, but the mildew gets a little more thicker as they walk in. There's no torches lit, which is really odd right away. It's dimly lit from some windows, maybe upstairs and around the first floor. But so this team comes in, smells mildewy. It's kind of darkish. There's a hallway. Looks like it might open up into a bigger room at the end of it, and then along the side are a few doors on either side. The team starts walking through, and the first thing that happens is out from the side on the left of one of the doorways, this fellow comes jumping out, hopping out, and screams a war cry. Well, it's more like if you're a Murloc fan. If you're in an aquatic location, we are not. The difficulty to defeat is increased by 1d4. If undefeated, suffer the scourge frightened. Okay. Well, we're not out of water. This might be the source of musty swamp water smell. Okay. Hakon's gonna instinctively pull out his elven curved blade and deal with this guy. That's a 1d10 plus 1d10. And then I get plus 1d4 because it's a monster. This is the Barracks. And I don't know, that's 24. All I need is a 10. And I got plus, I have plus 3. So I need 7. That is 21. 3 times 7. This thing goes, rawr, and he's suddenly, Hakon has Bogart kebab. He just came out of nowhere. What's going on? What kind of barracks are these? Shh, Lenny says. She does this. Oh, all right. Shh. Cleans off his blade. We don't have a huge amount. Oh. So, at the start of your turn, examine the top card. You may encounter it. That means he gets to go again. Returning Star Knife. Okay. For your combat checks, reveal to use strength, dexterity, acrobatics, melee, or range, plus 1d4, plus 1. On a local combat check, freely reload, add 1d4. It's not too bad. Strength. Let's do a strength check. It's 1d10 plus 3. No, plus 1. Oh, wait, I can do melee. So 1d10 plus 3. Huh. And that's a 7. He doesn't notice. The Bogard falls on the star knife he had clutched in his hand. We don't notice it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, he's going to have to recharge a card. I say we just spend it. Spend a card. Nah, I don't want to. Well, I would have to discard a card anyway. Or recharge. Let's just recharge this card. Alright, we're going to pass the turn. Lenny, you're up. The hour. Hey, Heroic. How's it going, man? Oh, you know what? I lied, YouTubers. I haven't put the ding... No, I didn't put the chat on this one. Shit. I put it in the other scene for Pathfinder Adventure Card Game. Yeah, Heroic. This is, This is Curse of the Crimson Throne. The art is a little weird. Not weird. It's cool. It's different. It's different than the base game art, for sure. It's different than this stuff. All right. Lenny, you're up. All right. Charisma Divine. Yes. Oh, heck yeah. Her Divine's plus 4, so she basically hit 10. Okay. She will take it. And then I think... think she's going to spend it to explore again. Checks against outsider cards, add 1d4. Don't mind if I do. That's not an outsider card. Wisdom. Her wisdom's d10 plus 3. Or perception is d10 plus 5. I've been racking up Lenny's wisdom scores with all the hero points. It's pretty awesome. Now she's got survival plus 6. Which is kick ass. Alright, let's see. Spyglass. 1. Come on. Well, her perception is plus 3, though. So that's 6. I will take the Spyglass. The rooms to either side of theirs look like smaller bunk rooms. They fit maybe 4 or 5. They have 4 or 5 cots in them, but they look deserted. They don't look like they've been used in a while. There's not even sheets on the beds. Laying discarded on the floor is a Spyglass, and Lenny she's prowling around looking in these rooms. She picks it up absentmindly almost. We're going to discard it to examine the top 2 cards of her location. So there's going to be a Brawl, and there's grounded studded leather, armor 2. Constitution and fortitude 11. Is this something that he's going to be able to use? Hack on? He's not proficient in armor. None of them are, actually. It's kind of shame. Display. When you discard cards as combat damage, you may reload 1 or 2 of those cards when you suffer. Oh, you don't have to be proficient in it. You just got to make that check. Constitution and fortitude. Okay. Can she put them back in any order or no? Oh, yeah. In any order. Okay. Nobody's got fortitude. So awkward. I'm gonna put this. Can she do something? No. Her constitution isn't any better than Hack-On, so she might as well try. Alright, we're gonna put this back like this. That's a discard. I'm not doing that. Alright, we're going to use Porcupine to explore. In one of the on one of the beds, she notices something funny. This one's actually got a sheet, but underneath the sheet is some armor that someone had hastily left. Well, actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. We don't know that yet. She's got a roll on this. She's got a D8, and then she's going to use Trumpet on a local check, bury to bless twice. So we're going to use 3D8. She needs an 11. She gets no pluses. Oh, come on. Boy. Boo. 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 Alright, so she doesn't get the armor. She does not notice the sheet, even though we blessed it twice. Alright. We know what's coming up next. She's going to draw to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pass the turn to our friend Fumbus, who's going to draw the Liar. At the start of your check, the difficulty is increased by the number of allies in your hand. Well, that's good, because... Oh, wait, he does have one ally. Do I... Well, if anybody's going to take on all these guys, or... Yeah. Brawl. Before acting, each other local character summons and counters this barrier. Hakon is going to discard this Empty Throne blessing. Discard to ignore a Bane's before acting or after acting powers. So, screw you, Brawl. It's just going to be Fumbus. It's a strength, dexterity, and melee. If undefeated. So, Fumbus is in the other room. There was two. There's one on either side. Lenny went in one, and Hakon's kind of staying out in the hallway. Fumbus goes in the other, and there's a little bit more in that room. There's maybe some more sheets. One's draped over something, and Fumbus goes to pull the drape off, and it's a bureau of some sort, a wardrobe, and but it's a little rickety, and it actually the doors fly open on him. That's what this is going to be. It's not going to be actual fighting with people. It's going to be him having to jump out of the way. He can use dexterity. This is a 4 + 2 is 6. And then diplomacy and stealth is increased by 1d4, so it's not used. So his dexterity is d10 + 2. d10 + 2. He needs a 6. That's a discard, right? Yep. All right, what's he got? He can increase his dexterity. Just in case. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this thing to hit him. He's a little dude, man. This wardrobe's maybe falling on him. On a local check. No, I'm just gonna have to take the chance. I think we already played a blessing on this. Well, that wasn't for the check though. Yeah, we can bless this. I'm just gonna take a chance. Wait, if undefeated, suffer 1+ combat damage. I don't want to have to face this thing again. Fine. We're going to discard his Harrow Blessing to add a d10. And when I do that, I can heal an ally. I'm going to heal, yes, Lenny. She's 3 cards in a discard pile, so I got to randomly heal her 1 card. This 1 card goes, yay, and it was the Porcupine. That's good. That's very good. Yes. Yes, very good. Porcupine. Porcupine. Right. We have blessed. 7 and 10 defeated. Fumbus jumps out of the way just in time before the wardrobe comes crashing down. It was just a door at first, but then the whole thing came down, making a very loud noise. 6. That's going to be all of his. We're going to pass the turn to Hakon. On your check, you may recharge a card to replace all d4s with d8s. All right. Made a very large noise. That is A1 is... Who is that? Oh, yeah. Yep. Hakon, standing in the hallway, sees somebody come out from the room down at the end. And starts heading down the hall going, "Who's there? What's going on?" It's one of the Queen's physicians with his plague mask on. We can try to avoid him. Now, this is a closing. This guy closes, so we want to finish him. Right? Yes. He's closing. We're not going to hide. We don't have fortitude. Hakon's not a hider. Hakon says, Hold. We're looking for... What are you doing here? You need to get out, the physician says as it approaches him. Get out now. We're merely looking for some information. We're looking for somebody. Get out now. And then the physician produces like this globule potion thing in a glass bottle. It's smoking. It's beet red. It's very red. Like a fake red, like not a natural red. And Hakon eyes it and eyes him. And then Lenny and Fumbus come out on either side. Well, Lenny doesn't. Fumbus does. Ooh, what's that? The physician, Hakon can tell that rattles him. And he goes back. And that's when Hakon's got to jump into action. Combat's 11. We get to add a 1d4. Yeah. So, party time? Party time. Alright, so he's resistant to attack and poison. Okay, so we can't play an attack card. Well, we can, but we just... Good thing is, this doesn't have the attack tag, so that's pretty cool. 2d10. 2d10 plus 3. What else can we do here? Oh, I get to add a d4 to the mix because of this. 24. We need 11. I feel like I want to bless this. We're going to bless this with the desert. This is his harrow. He gets to heal another character 1 card. We'll do that with... Actually, you know what? We'll do that with Fumbus. He'll get his harrow blessing back. Right on. Okay, so that means another d10. Gotta love that. 34 plus 3. 7, 9, 10, 11 plus 3 is 14. Before the physician can throw the thing, the whatever it is, Hakon's got the sword at his throat. He's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you, friend. He can't see, he can't read. I mean, this guy's got a mask on, so he can't read his face. He has no idea what he's thinking, and she's just paused there, and that's when a few more come up. What's going on? Oh my! They start moving in from the back room, and what I'm going to do is we're going to pray that this is finished off, but because to close this location, we got to succeed at a combat check with a difficulty equal to 5 plus 4, it's 9, plus the total number of monsters, which is going to be 1, 2, 3. So this is a 12. So another one joins the fray, and this one throws something for sure. And so the fight's on. It's obviously negotiation, which I told you they're not very good at anyway, isn't going to happen. Okay, we're using Elven Blade again. Do I want to? Yes. He's going to use the Elven Blade again. He's going to throw this sucker, though. 2d10 plus a d4 plus 2d4, because he's going to throw it. He got that. He goes with one move, slits the one guy's throat, and then uses that in that same motion. He goes, it throws the blade. It goes, it can bury itself. Let's see how well it does. Let's see how well before I talk about burying. All right, 2d4. So we got 12, 22, 34. I need a 12. Holy crap, what do I got? I got an 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Got it, okay. Not only does the blade bury itself in the plague doctor's chest, but it bursts the vial of liquid that he had thrown, and it erupts in this bluish or reddish flame, and then kind of falls like a mist onto the ground. There's a red mist halfway through the hallway. The sword buries itself right into this person's chest. He stumbles back and falls. Shit. Hakon says, "Why'd you go and have to make me kill you?" All right, so we closed the location. Well, that's good because we would have had to beat a guard next. When closed, each local character may heal an attack, melee, or ranged. He's gonna go and get because he can heal a melee weapon. He's gonna take the Elven curved blade back, pulls it out of his chest. Attack, melee, or ranged. None of those. Nobody else has anything to lose. Or to gain. Shit. We're not supposed to be killing these guys, aren't they supposed to be? We're gonna have to think about this. Why? Where are the guards staying? Why are they not in the barracks? Why were these so quick to try to kill us? They're healers, right? This is Fumbus. Right? They're healers, right? Yes, they are. It's very confusing. I don't like the looks of this. They look around the rest of their barracks and it's empty. No one's been staying there at all. There is a door in the other room. It's a larger room at the end of the hallway with a lot more beds. And there's a door, you see, that must connect right to the warehouse. And that's where the other physician... Oh, we'll say this. At least one or two of the beds does look like it was just recently slept in, a blanket in the whole place. This one, the one that originally came out, might have woke him up. They're starting to think. So this was being used as some kind of nap room. I think that goes into the hospice. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Into the hospice. There's some deliberation here. Should we go back to the base to let people know that they killed a couple of these? No, that sounds like a bad idea. Let's keep going further. Can always plead that that's what we're going to have to do. We were attacked first. We didn't mean to kill these guys, but things are a little suspicious, so we might as well go a little further. We'll sheathe the swords, though, as we move our way into the hospice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hakon's drawing back up. We are passing the turn to Lenny. Torag's power. When you discard a boon to bless a strength or constitution, you may recharge it instead. Oops. How does it go there? That goes here. Alright, Lenny. Alright, do I have anything in my... Recharge to examine the top card of your location. No. Oh, what does this say? If you do not explore in your turn, you may either heal 1d4 plus 1 cards or remove one of your scourges. Well, that's not bad. So the next room they go into is it looks like it might be a surgery room. There's a table with a fair amount of blood congealed underneath it. There are several jars of things. One thing that catches Lenny's eye is a jar with a particularly large leech in it. She has quite an affinity for all life forms, and I think we're going to see if she can take a moment to study it to be able to assume its form or assume characteristics of it. Wisdom, knowledge, survival. We're going to use survival because it's +6. D10 +6. Booyah, she's already got it. Only takes her a moment, and she's picked up a few things. Recharge to heal a local character 1d4 -1 cards. I will always take more healing. Kick ass. Okay. We're going to use the dog. She's going to use her dog senses to explore further. Well, look at this. Twisted Space. When a character encounters a monster, banish to let them evade it. It's the same as Confusion that she has in her hand. What makes it better? If proficient, discard this card. You may succeed at Arcane 10. This is Arcane or Divine 8. This is an Arcane spell. It's a level 2, but I don't see anything that's better. Oh, when a character encounters a monster. Oh, okay. I could do it for anybody. This is when you encounter. Interesting. That would be cool for Fumbus to have. If I can score it for him. D8, huh? I mean, my intelligence is a D6. Boo. My arcane is not so good. It's not so good. Does Fumbus have anything he can use to help acquire? Look at that. He does. Priest of Abadar. Abadabadar. On a local check to acquire recharge to add 1d6. So this would be a 2d6. I don't know. I don't know if it's that cool of a spell to waste that card. We're going to roll 1d6, and it didn't happen. And she did not notice the stack of scrolls on a counter shoved in the back behind some light reading while they work on people. This is a discard. Okay. Do I want to go again? No. She's going to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's not going to draw. She is fine. Fumbus. Pharasma's knowing. On your check... What was that? No. On a check against an undead card, add 1d6. I most certainly will. Oh, blessing. Charisma. Stealth. Oh, it's Charisma's d6. That's a 1. That's a no. He's got nothing else. Sure. I want to... Fumbus hasn't been playing. I'm going to discard the Priest of Abadar to explore. This exploration on your checks against barriers, add 1d4. Hello. Can I help you? A man says, walking into the surgery room. He's a little startled that he found people there that aren't the Queen's physicians. Let's see. Wisdom, perception, then combat. If you have the human trait, the difficulty to defeat is increased by 1d8. This is Fumbus. Definitely does not have the human trait. Okay, let's do a wisdom perception check. Somebody else could make this check for me, actually. Perception. Yes, let's do it. It's going to be Lenny. Lenny's going to make the perception part of this check. Because she has +5. D10 +5. So she already has this. 5 and 5 is 10. Lenny looks at this guy, and she's really looking at him. And she sees the blood underneath his fingernails and the blood on his boots. And she says, She closes the door behind him. Lenny is a little further up. McTeddy, 2 months. 2 months. I never had a relationship last that long, McTeddy. A Twitch relationship. 2 months. Thank you, sir. That's awesome. You caught me right in the middle of trying to figure some shit out. I know what's got to happen. I know what I want to happen. Lenny, he walks in. At first, he has an air of like he's a little befuddled, but there's something about him that Lenny like triggers Lenny. He's like, there's something not right here. She closes the door and he whirls around. He seems very upset that he's locked in. Which, I mean, I guess anybody who found weird people or unknown people in his surgery room or wherever it is, where you didn't expect them, you're going to be a little bit a little confused. So she closes the door and Hakon's like, "Wait, we just want to talk." Let's get you comfortable again. My apologies. So Hakon, I'm sorry, sir. We've came in through the barracks door. Obviously, we're here. We are part of the Queen's Guard, and we're investigating, and we're looking for. And when he says that, the doctor gets a very odd look on his face, like a little bit of surprise, and then his eyelids kind of fall a little bit, like and then Lenny's looking at his face, going, "Oh, he's calculating." At this point, is what he's doing. Fumbus, meanwhile, is reading what Lenny is putting down just by her facial expression. He totally knows. He can read her really, really well, and he's already starting to like no one's paying attention to him. The doctor is paying attention to the huge hulking Viking-looking fellow first, and Hakon's kind of getting little potions out and stuff, and prepping whatever it is he wants to prep. So Hakon goes on. We're looking for, two people, in fact. One was a young lady who acquired the plague and then was cured of it. Do you know of any of those types of people that might have come in here? Have you had success? And the doctor says, no, unfortunately, no. And Lenny's looking at him and she goes, she can tell balls on, he's lying. Absolutely lying out of his teeth. Hakon just keeps on. And then we're looking for another fellow, short, stringy black hair, very pale fellow, maybe a little goatee, just the black hair at the bottom. Names. At first, the doctor's playing it off like I don't, wants to be helpful, and he says, Lem is the name. And the doctor goes, well, I know just the fellow you're looking for, and I believe he's in our waiting room. Really? Absolutely. If you like, I will go get him and bring him right back in for you. Really? That would be fantastic, Hakon says. And this doctor turns, and Lenny's sitting there, and he's like, okay, well, I have to leave in order to do this. And Lenny looks at him, and then looks at Hakon, and she goes like this, and looks back at him, and he's already got a weapon out and attacking her. He wasn't messing around. He needs to get out as soon as possible. And so combat begins. Roll initiative. It's 9. He's not a very difficult fight. Fumbus is going to. That was a discard. What are you gonna do, Fumbus? He's gonna just straight up flame and short bow him. Yes. No, just thematically. We're gonna use this new Tingly Burn Bag. As was I, McTeddy. As was I. right. So this is I love this because he can use his dexterity or he can use his craft. His craft is amazing, but I gotta start pumping it up. His craft starts with a +3, but it's a D8, and my dexterity is now a D10 with +3 with range. So that's obviously the better go. D10 +3 +2 D8. Wow, this guy. So Fumbus has got a new little mix that he's been wanting to try out. And the mix is actually a bit of it's dry. It's not wet. And that's what's exciting about it. And so he's picked this time to give it a shot. He pulls out a handful of this little powder. He does something, says a little word, does a little thing inside the bag, and maybe sets it off. And pulls it out, strings it together. It's triggered, or what do you call it? Set. And this doctor pulls a thing on, pulls a short sword on Lenny, and all Hakon sees is this little sack come flying over and then hit this guy right in the back. And explode, and suddenly this guy's on fire, and he's craning around, he's hitting pieces of the table. He goes, pull me out. And Hakon lets it go for a little bit. Actually, he doesn't. He immediately grabs something, starts putting them out, and Lenny just sits there and watches with cold eye. Fumbus is taking notes on how everything transpired and his new little mixture. And while Hakon kind of puts him out, the guy's hurting pretty bad though. The fire got him pretty bad, and he's on the ground. He's like, I don't know what you people want from me. And Hakon says, why? Look, we're not trying to hurt anybody. Why? We're just looking for these people. Why is everybody in here trying to kill us immediately? Aren't you supposed to be helping people? And the doctor smiles at him and says, I can help you find more of these people, the ones who can't be affected by the plague. You just have to help me. And Hakon's, well, absolutely. Where can we find these people? We'll go. It's like, no. I have to. But then the wounds, he succumbs to the wounds, and he dies right there in Hakon's arms. Hakon's, fuck. They haven't got this negotiation thing down yet on being able to, everybody wants to kill them, and they have to defend themselves, and when they hit back, they hit really hard. It's kind of a thing. This was, okay, let's just make a craft check. That's 12. 10. Okay. So, if undefeated advanced the hour, no, he is defeated, all right. He was a closer. To close this, summon and defeat the Storybane Queen's physician. The door opens behind Lenny, and another plague doctor bursts in. What's going on here? He himself has, or he or she has a weapon as well. A vial of something red, the same thing that was the other guy threw at them. He goes to throw it, and Fumbus is going to do this. But Fumbus is ready. He had prepped two. He had one in both hands. He's going to go ahead and throw this one. The Noxious Bomb. We'll do ranged again. D10. Plus of the 2. Plus 3. I mean, plus 3. 2d6. And... oh, hold up. Resistant to attack and poison. So, he's resistant, would mean we have to take 4 off this roll. Alright, so he needs an 11. Thematically, I want to go through with it. Mechanically, he could use his short bow, which has neither of those tags. But I've already kind of thrown this in, so let's do it. He is going to, on a local combat, he's going to discard a card, recharge this to add 1d4 with the fire trait, and then that means he can add another 1d6. So we got a shit ton of dice. We got a -4 though. Wait. Well, hold on. He's got +3, so it's only -1. 3. Oh, this is a terrible roll. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. -1 is 10. And that is one less than what he needs. There's not a whole lot of... Hold on. No. That's when Vincarlo's. So I love this. So, Vincarlo Orsini. On any combat check after the roll, you may bury him to add 1d6. We are most certainly going to do that right now. Can you guys hear the thunder? Probably not. Holy crap. That's some hardcore thunder out there right now. We missed by 1, but Vincarlo, the training that Fumbus has picked up from Vincarlo, meant his throw was especially good. And although the physician's mask and cloak was sufficient in helping keep the explosion, the acidic, this is a noxious bomb, the smoke and everything, it wasn't good enough. We don't even need to roll because, well, I will anyway. 2. So this figure erupts in a cloud of smoke when Fumbus's vial hits him. Lenny scrambles away, and it's like and then it's standing there, and they're all waiting to see what this person does, and then the coughing starts, and then the high-pitched squeal that usually comes with the dying from the noxious gas, and then he goes to his knees and then he falls. And let's see, we're gonna try to recharge this. D8 plus 3, yes, good. So recharge, yeah. So they go out out of the surgery room into the waiting room. I was just say it's the waiting room. I'm building a map in my head as we do this, but I'd say it's a waiting room. The smell is disgusting. It's like it feels like it hasn't been cleaned in quite a while. There's like maybe 1 or 2 sick people who are obviously pretty far gone with the blood veil and sitting in different corners. Maybe not sure why they're just sitting there. Like maybe they just come in. They barely even lift their heads when the team comes in. When Hakon and Lenny and Fumbus come walking through. There is yet another door. There's a door that leads out. There are a couple of double doors, obviously, that lead out. And then a little farther, this is a pretty big room because it's a big warehouse. So lots of cots. We'll say that. There's a waiting room of sorts where people are received. And then they walk through another pair of double doors into a much larger area with lots of cots. And there's lots of bodies. Could be alive, could be dead. It doesn't look like anyone's being taken care of, though. At all. There's no indication that any kind of treatment's going on by the Queen's physicians at all. So there's a lot of bodies, and as they go by them, they see that most of them are dead. If there is anybody alive, they're just kind of wheezing and barely breathing on the bed. So they're kind of going through this, looking at all this, going, this is just, Hakon's like, this is just a place where they're all dying. There's Well, we'll do that next. Okay. They go through this big room. There's no other physicians, which is weird. And the only other exit out of this is another set of doors at the end. And that's where we're going next, which is the office. As they get near these doors, the stench gets worse. They open up the doors expecting the worst. And really, it isn't... Well, actually, we'll draw to see what happens, what they see next. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heck on. Goes as growth. Ugh. On your check against an animal or elemental card, add 1d4. When you would reveal, reload, or recharge an animal ally, discard it instead. Oh. Ambush. Okay, so that's why we didn't see anybody out in the big room. They were all waiting behind this door. And by they, I mean, as soon as they open up the door, it's a couple of Queen's physicians. Maybe it's maybe younger people that maybe they're like interns that help out doing whatever it is that the physicians need them to do. They just kind of all jump them, the team. Maybe that's all that is, actually. It's not even physicians. It's just like people, rough-looking guys, just rough-looking dudes. That's all. That's all the Hakon sees when the doors open. When examined, encounter this barrier on a check to be add 1d4. If undefeated, okay. So it doesn't add anything. Wisdom, perception, stealth. Well. That's not his strong point at all. Any one of those. How come it couldn't be like strength? Huh? His wisdom is D4. His perception is D4. His stealth is D4. His blessings are gone. Oh, this is not good. What happens? If undefeated, banish this barrier, then a random local character summons and encounters a monster. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So it's not like these guys came out just yet. That's not how it happens. This determines whether or not that happens. Well, okay. We're going to find out what... Yeah, we're just going to go ahead. He's going to fail it. Straight up fail it. And we're going to draw... This will be interesting. But it's a random character. So Hakon opens the doors and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fumbus is in the back. Frickin' cave bear. They brought a cave bear. So, they're making their way through this room. Hakon's in the lead. Hakon goes up to the two double doors. As he opens the doors, they hear a roar behind them. And Fumbus turns in time to see that one of the bodies that wasn't necessarily dead is changing. It must have been a werebear of some sort. It's changing, and it changes into this huge bear, but it's a sickly bear. Must have been it getting close to dying triggered the change. Typically it only happens, full moon, that kind of thing. But this dead body's not dead body, but dying body has come alive in bear form, roars and comes running at Fumbus, hungry and sick. Before acting, succeed at a combat 6+ or survival 3+, or suffer 1d4 combat damage. Okay. Well, had to be Fumbus, didn't it? Combat check of 6. It's going to be 10. Okay. All right. Nice emote, Heroic. Thank you. Bears. Bears. What are you going to do, Fombus? Well, at least you got a full hand. And it's non-combat. Why not? Force Missile. He hasn't used a spell in a while. No, he needs a 10. He uses his Arcane. D8 plus 1 plus 2d4. Anything else on another character's combat? No. I need 10. I got 8, 12, 16. I don't know about that. On a local combat, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do one of his. No. Attack. No. Oh, it can be discard any card. Okay, we're going to discard this card to add 1d4 and a 1d6. Okay. 6, 10, 14. Okay. So, as the bear's coming, the quickest thing Phobos can do is raise his hand and speak a word of power to shoot a force missile out. It blows this thing in the head a little bit, gives him just enough time to jump out of the way up on a table. Now it's even more angry and singed face. It turns as he's up on the table and lunges for him. He does not take any damage, and we'll worry about that later. And he needs to make a much higher check now. So he's got to make 15. Oh, what are you going to do, buddy? Maybe you should have used that other one. All right, Flaming Shortbow. When he leaps on the table, Fumbus is dexterous. Very, very dexterous. He, as he's leaping on the table, he's already drawing a shortbow. So he comes back around, the bear's turned, and the bear's staring down the barrel of his flaming shortbow. And then we're gonna pop some of this shit too. Going down. D10. Right. Yeah. +3 now. That's excellent. 1d6 plus 1d4, and because he's got the fire, he's got another d6, and Hakon's got a war drum he's gonna play for a local combat check, and recharge it to add 1d4. And that was an item. Got a weapon. Do we have a... Well, what do we got here? We got D10, 16, 20, 24, 30. And we need a 15. So exactly 50-50. Well, no. That's not exactly, because he gets +3. Do we want to discard another card to get... No. Well, we could bless it. Should we bless it? Okay, let's just roll. We're going to take our chances. That's a recharge. War drum. Bear. Okay, we bears. 11, 12, 13, 16, 20. It goes to roar, and the arrow goes right in its mouth, burying itself in its gullet. It screams and falls back as the flame takes form inside its throat and burns down into its belly and its gullet, and it's now burning from the inside out. He did not suffer any damage, so he's not wounded. That goes back in Fumbus's hand. Ambush. Oh, and then he's rolling Arcane. 6. That's all I needed. Recharges that. Excellent. Okay. That was all Hakon's turn. don't want to waste another card, so we're doing pretty good. So he's gonna draw back up and pass the turn to Lenny, who just watched all this go down and was like, man, I need bear form. Yeah, sorry, McTeddy. He was a sick bear. We had to put him down, man. You can't eat goblins, man. Not friendly goblins. Not my goblins. He's trying to eat me goblins. Nobody revealed an animal ally, so I wonder why the office has to do with animal allies. So we turn our attention back to the office. No effect in the hour. It's a sacred candle. So, the office. It's an office. It's there's a big table. Could be a desk. It looks like it's been used as both a desk and a meeting table because there's chairs around it. For some reason, it reeks in there though, and they can't. They don't see any reason. There's a candle burning in the middle of the table. Right now, we're going to roll to see if anybody notices that it's a special candle, not just your regular everyday candle. There's notes and shit spread across the journal, spread across the table, sketches and things and such. Let's see. Wisdom, divine. Well, shit. Her divine is +4. 9 + 4. Okay, so bury to draw the hour. You may not play this during an encounter. Oh, wow. So I could grab this if I wanted to. Interesting. All right. She's gonna keep prowling around here. Discard to explore. Well, we have guests here. I see. Stepping out of the shadows at the back of the office is a short, stringy-haired, pale fellow with a little goatee. You think we could have saved the bear? Could we have saved the cave bear? Made him some tea, maybe. A nice herbal tea. Herbal. This exploration on checks and invoke the magic trait, add 1d4. Oh, I most certainly will. Ralph looks disarmingly a lot like his father. In fact, that kind of puts Lenny back, and Fumbus and Hakon, they all kind of hold their breath. And Ralph comes out and looks at all three of them. And he says, are you the ones that are causing all this ruckus out there? Yes, Hakon says. They're all waiting for the ball to drop. They know they killed his father. Does he? The way he's acting and the way he's looking at them suggests that he does not. It does suggest, however, that he is a scheming little bastard. Before acting, a local character summons and encounters a story Bane White. Rolf looking at them all, says, what is it that drove you to come here? And Hakon says, we're with the Queen's Guard. We're here, we're looking for the source of the plague. We followed a lead here. In fact, that lead was you. Really? Ralph doesn't look too happy about that. Really? And even the way he says that. Yes, actually, yes, really. You seem to know something about people who... Well, one, what is going on here? I'm sure the Queen has enough money for a proper treatment for these people. Why is there not treatment going on? Oh, there's treatment. Ralph goes, oh, there's treatment going on. There's a lot of treatment. He smiles, and he smiles crazily, like unnervingly. Hakon switches tactics real quick. Well, switches subject. He goes, well, have you done any curing? We heard that you may have someone. You know what? They killed this guy's girlfriend too. Supposedly, it was his girlfriend, his dad and his girlfriend, and I don't think he knows it. We're about to take care of him, too. Just then... Do you know anything about a young lady, a musician, who had contracted the plague and then was cured here? And Ralph looks at him, thinks for a moment, like he's thinking. He goes, "To tell you the truth, she wasn't cured here. She wasn't. No, she was just special. There have been many of these special people." "Why, yes, there have been. Would you like to see where we take them?" "Well, yes." "Well, okay. Well, then, just one moment." And that is when Hakon is attacked from behind. After acting, suffer the scourge drained. Oh no, it wouldn't be Hakon. It'd be. It says before acting, a local character summons and encounters a story being white. It'll be Hakon. Yes, not Lenny. Not yet. "Kill him," Ralph says, as a shambling. Well, not shambling. A figure erupts from the doorway from the room behind them. Elven Curve Blade to the rescue. Immune to mental and poison. Okay. 2d10. I like saying 2d10. 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 2 the 10. Alright, buddy. This is +3. I need knowledge or combat. Well, his knowledge is D8 +2. No. Well, D8 +2 will only he would need an 8. Combat is 14. He's going to bury a card from his hand to add his diplomacy. Bury a card from his hand, add his diplomacy. So now we're looking at +5. Let's do it. +5. He needs a 14. 7, 12, 14. +5 is 19. Hakon's turns and slices this and beheads this thing all in one motion and coming back around. It's like, why are you all trying to kill us before we can even have a discussion about what's going on? What exactly? And that's when Ralph's already moving and casting while Hakon's trying to say this. 15. Okay. Oh, wait. We would reload or recharge. And discard it instead. Okay. Discard it. Okay. That was Hakon. Now it's Lenny steps in. Lenny didn't spend much time watching. Her eyes flicked over to see whatever was attacking Hakon. She just catches enough of the information of knowing that Hakon's dispatching it, and her eyes are back on Ralph, and she sees Ralph raising up his hands and begins casting. Magic starts rippling around his hands. Necrotic, dark-looking magic. And he's going to cast and hit Hakon, and she leaps. She picks up, draws forth a little bit of what she learned by observing the leech. Before you know it, she's racing over the table and leaping on Ralph. What is it she's gotten from the leech? ever since she saw the leech. She's been wanting to try it out, but she's all of a sudden as she's running across the table, these suckers are appearing on her hands. Suckers that have teeth or little fang things that latch into the body, into flesh, and draw forth blood. I'm not quite sure how leech works. Like, what's inside the sucker? Is the suction, so it's got to be little fangs or something that pierce the skin to draw the blood out, and then it sucks the blood. Whatever that fucked up shit is, that's what's going on her Lenny's arms as she's racing across the table and leaping on Rolf. She's going to discard this to use her survival. D10 plus 6, which rocks. Then she's going to... it's plus D4. D10 plus D4. Plus 10 plus D4. On a local check that invokes the animal trait, add another D4. Don't mind if I do. Then she's going to bless her. No, she's not going to bless. Someone else is going to bless her. No. Fombus, you going to bless her? Yeah, Fombus. Fombus is going to bless her with the Fiend, which is pretty coincidental here. Pretty thematically on point, even, I would dare say. That's going to add a D10. And is that it? I think that's it. I think that's all she's going to need. And she's got plus 6, so she's rocking. Time to finish off the Rolf bloodline. That's all Lenny's thinking. She's thinking about his father. She's thinking about this as guy's just as bad as his father, if not worse. She's going to drain him. 8. Oops. That was a 5. 13, 14, 19. He raises up his hands, not even paying attention to the... Who knows if he even saw Lenny and Fombus. And suddenly she's wrapped around him in her arms, and the suckers are biting through, drilling through his clothing, and attached himself to him within moments, seconds. And he screams out as all of them, I can feel the pain of them all attaching himself. Her arms and her legs attach themselves. She even grows him on her stomach, and she just starts gorging on his blood. Lenny rocks, dude. Druids who don't give a shit are awesome. That's mean. She does give a shit. What I mean is when she takes on when she goes feral, it's pretty awesome. I said 19, right? I'm pretty sure. Well, that was shit. Whatever it was, 19. But I didn't even add the 6. Plus 6 is 25. So that is defeated by less than 4. No. So he is defeated. I have to discard the leech though because of this sucker. He's dead. Closing this is succeeded a charisma, diplomacy, or fortitude 5. It'd be 7. Charisma. This is not her gig though. Is there anything she can do? Charisma, diplomacy. Her charisma is D6. Her fortitude is D4. Okay. Well. Oh, this is his. Let's not get rid of that. Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay. Hakon can help out. Let's say her charisma. Her charisma is D6. On a local charisma or diplomacy non-combat check, recharged, add 1d6. Okay. That's a recharge. That's from Hakon, playing an ally. And then nothing. Okay. Alright, we're going to try duty 6. We need 7 to close the office. That's not 7. That's not 7. I don't got any fancy cards for pulling extra dice out of my ass anymore, so. Damn it! Hakon says, after, first off, he's like just staring as Lenny gets up. Him and Fumbus both. Lenny gets up and she's obviously engorged a bit. And Ralph is obviously deflated a bit. And they see her, she goes like this as she brings the suckers in and kind of brings the blood into her body, just kind of assimilates into her. She not shape shifts, but kind of bulges at different parts as she kind of works, her body works it out and her magic works it out. And when she's done, she looks great. She's almost shining. Beautiful Lenny. After a few minutes of silence, as Fumbus and Hakon are staring at her, Hakon, shit. Why? What? Something's going on here. Are we crazy? Something's definitely not right. We are being attacked for a reason. They're hiding something. We should search and find out. Thank you. Yes. All right. Let's do that. We're going to search and we're going to find out what the fuck is going on here. Ralph, we did not close this location, so we're going to have to continue on searching this place in order to close it. That was Lenny's turn. She's going to draw back up to 5. Go on to Fumbus, the mute hag. At the start of your turn, summon an encounter spell. Oh, well, it's Fumbus. Let's see what he sees on the table. An enchant weapon. Intelligence, wisdom. Okay, let's do it. Look at that. He got himself an enchant weapon spell. What else is on that table? Let's see. How are we doing? We're doing pretty good. He doesn't need to blow a blessing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just going to... Fumbus is eyeing the table. There's lots of good stuff on the table. One thing was a scroll with the enchant weapon spell. Oops, I should not be drawing. We're going to move over to Hakon. On a local check... Oh, wait. No effect. Okay. What's going on in here? They hear from the other room, the large room, and they hear the clank, 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 as one of the Grey Maiden guards. Now, these are the people they went to see in the beginning. They went to the barracks because the Grey Maiden guards are the people that are guarding the Queen's physicians, all of which wanted to kill everybody the moment they saw them. Hakon, at first, he's like, well, we'll see. Actually, not at first. We're gonna see if we can talk to him. Yeah. Diplomacy, it's going to be 8, but that's kind of Hakon's gig. So, Hakon is a D8 plus 2, which isn't that great, actually. Now I think about it. It's not so much his thing now, is it? We might have to fight him. Probably should. Oh, wait, hold on. Who's got blessings? No. No. Wait a minute. Well, we have an enchant weapon, but that's not gonna... Well, we have 1 blessing. We do have a blessing. So it'd be 2d8 plus 2. So that's not bad. Combat, that would be a 15 He'll be a little bit more involved. Hekon's going to try to talk his way out of it. It would make sense to talk to this guy. So we're going to make that first. Yeah, right. She's got nothing. She's got 0. Okay. Fombus is going to play Benefaction to give him another D8. Yep. And this is what we're going to do. Hakon comes walking out of the office, hearing this guy, this guard coming, and what's going on? I heard some... Oh, there's trouble. Is there trouble? Well, it's 7 plus 2 is 9. And he needed an 8. Hello there, friend. Friend. I am Hakon from the Queen's Guard. What are you doing in here? This isn't a place for you. Are you sick? No, I'm not sick. Then you need to leave now. Friend, I don't know what's going on here. But we've found some very disturbing things. What? You need to leave. No, we'll leave when we're ready. Hakon, noticing a little bit of he threw that out there to see what would happen. The guard faltered just a tiny bit, just enough for Hakon to go, all right, I'm gonna keep pushing this. It's like, we found some very disturbing things. There's no one being helped here. Were you aware of this? I suppose the plague is very difficult. No, I don't believe we don't believe there's anyone being treated here. And we need to report this immediately to the Queen. Now, I wouldn't go so far. And if you're a part of this, if you knew, then you need to come with us and speak out. Well, now, let's not be too hasty. I'm sure my commanding officer would be better suited for... Who is your commanding officer? He's not... I'm going to have to go find him. Do that. Find your commanding officer. Meet us at Cressida Croft's, the field marshal's offices. And we'll put together a plan for approaching the Queen about this travesty. And meanwhile, we're going to shut this down. He goes on for, he's built up his the confidence and he's a Queen's Guard. He's actually a little bit of a hero of the city, and at this point, the guard should have recognized him, or at least know of him. He did mention his name. He did drop his name. The guard scurries off before anything else can happen. Probably not coming back. Hakon's fine with that. At least there wasn't trouble. That is a non-closing, so we will not be closing there. But he is gone. Hakon's going to draw back up to 5. I'm going to pass this over to Lenny, the Demon's Lantern. On your check against a barrier, the difficulty is increased by 3. Please don't be a barrier. Oh, there's 2 barriers in here, too. This is going to be a barrier. We know this, right? Oh, it's not. It's not. It's a bat. Why do we fall down, Lenny? Huh? Why do we fall down? So we can pick ourselves back up again. It's the bat. Lenny. We do this. Lenny is definitely acquiring a bat ally. Would you reveal a chart? 4? Well, she's got +6 in survival, so... Huh. Lenny, like Fombus, has been searching the office. Some of the papers that are on the table are about leeches, are studies of leeches, and of a certain strain of bats who apparently drink blood. And Lenny goes over this, and just by reading this research and looking at the diagrams and stuff that have been put together about this, about the bat, she's able to assume some of its qualities or integrate them and use them later. I think she's going to use the Teamster, reload the bat in order to explore. She sees a crappy dagger on this, and she's going to get this for free. 3 is a 3. There's a crappy dagger on the table, which she pockets, because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts her at 5. Oh, that was supposed to be a discard. That was going to... Then I wouldn't have discarded that. I would have discarded this. And reloaded that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to pass her turn over to Fumbus. What are you doing? No effect. What? Look at all these animals. Wisdom and survival. Well, his wisdom is D4. So we will not. Oh, wait a minute. Do I care? Yeah, you know, on a local intelligence or wisdom check, recharged, add 1d4. Oh, Lenny could use some wisdom. No, wait, not wisdom. She could use some intelligence. Push it bonuses. So, I mean, I loathe to use it, but Fumbus can use Gem of Physical Prowess to use his dexterity instead of wisdom or survival. So his dexterity is D10 plus 2. We're going to do that. 8. I have no idea how he... Oh, well, I do. They're scanning the documentation on the table. There's lots of journals and stuff, and Fumbus goes, hey. He notices Lenny paying attention or really engrossed in this diagram of a bat, so he passes her over the fox stuff that he finds. An odd fox that seems to... a red fox. A red fox that feeds on humans. A weird breed. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to pass this over to Lenny. I'm going to pass the card over. Nothing that says I can't do that at the end of his turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am... Oh, 6. We are passing on the Hakon. Okay, we're flying through the... We got a... Oh, we're okay. When a local character fails to acquire a boon, you may bury a card to encounter it. Hakon. Each local character summons and encounters the danger. The difficulty to defeat is increased by 2. If any character defeats the danger, this barrier is defeated. Well, the danger is a choice. The guard comes back. The guard comes back, and he wasn't as... Maybe he was. Maybe he comes back and he runs into his buddies, and he tells them, and he says, I'm not going back, but they're like, you're going back. What was it? 1 man and 2? We must destroy anybody who knows anything more. We can't let them go to the guard, to the field marshal, or to the queen. I don't know about the queen part. I don't know yet what she knows about all this. But here they come. Okay. So there's not going to be any talking our way out of this. Every single person's got to fight one. That's crazy. Okay. Well, that makes complete sense, though. I love it. Love it. All right. Well, we're going to start with Hakon. Hakon's the one closest. Boom, the door's open. And Hakon had just turned and started going back in the office, and he's looking around, looking at a table when the doors boom open, and clump, clump, there's a lot more of them. He goes, shit. He knows exactly what's happening. And he turns, and he's going to blow his battle horn. Whips out the battle clarity. Horn of Battle Clarity. He's going to be adding a 1d8. And then, yep. And yeah, of course we are doing Elven Curve Blade. All the faves. He will be discarding the sucker. Okay, let's do a d10. No, let's do these 2d10s. 2d10 plus 2d4. What else? The Battle Clarity. What is the horn? Horn of Battle Clarity gives you d8. Right. He needs 17. It's going to be a 17 he needs. That's 28, 36. Well, a little over. And he has +5. +3. I feel like I want to discard to add his diplomacy. I'm going to discard to add his diplomacy, which is a +4. Okay. Total. So +4 total. I love a good roll. 16, 20, 24. Yeah, lots. So the first one comes up. Hakon comes out of the room. They're making their way through the cots. Making their way downtown. No. They're making their way through the crots of dead bodies and heading back towards the office. Hakon's waiting. Just as he knows that they're going to be able to start seeing into, because it's dark in the office. He comes out very quickly, very samurai-ish, very no nonsense, heading straight for the first one in line. And the first one in line draws a sword. He's like, halt! But Hakon's he knows there's no halting. They've came to kill them. And he's got his blade out, and he cuts this guy down. He knows his way around the armor. The guy goes, halt! He puts up his sword, and Hakon slashes through at the seam of the elbow, and then and spins and does another one, jams the other under the sword underneath the helmet into the guy's. He feels the sword hit the inside of either the guy's skull or the helmet. But either way, the guy is dead, and the other two are kind of like taken back. But that's when Fumbus and Linny erupt out of the room to attack. They are most certainly more blunt instruments than sharp edges, for sure. That is one dead dude. And now Linny's going to fox or bat. You decide. Should she go fox form or bat form? And then Fumbus has got a lot of fun stuff too. No, he doesn't. He only has one fun thing. These guys are not immune to anything. Huh. So she's gonna go fox form. You guys took too long. Reading about this fox that particularly hunts humans, which is very odd to her because it's foxes aren't very big. We all know they're pretty small, and this is not a particularly large species of fox, but it is very clever, and its fangs hold a certain amount of disease, kind of like a Komodo dragon, where it's just like a lot of bacteria that it'll bite a human and then it'll slink away, but it's very fast acting, the bacteria, and it makes them very sick very quickly, and they become disoriented, and then it'll come in and it'll bite them again and flee, and it gets off on it, and that like sinks in with Linny, And she totally takes that in because that fits with her character perfectly. And so out of the room, she erupts, but they don't see it because she's running through different tables to come up on the one of the Grey Maiden Guard. And then she springs out of one from behind one table and jumps one of these knights. Fox, seconds. Okay, so that's D10 plus D4 plus another D4 for using an animal trait. D4. Yeah, and then we gotta do more because the bat. She's gonna add the bat into this for sure. On a local ranged or survival check, which is what she's doing, recharge to add 1d4. Okay. So she's bringing a little bit of bat in. So when she's running underneath the tables and she's got this kind of the fox mindset, whatever this death fox is, she leaps on the table though, and she comes down on this guard like a bat would. Yeah, what else can she do? Because that's not a whole lot. I mean, she does have +6. So, she needs a 17. She needs an 11. Put the +6, and that's 12, 22. Well, that's pretty good. That's 50-50. But is there any other help we can give her? On a local strength check, Hakon can help anybody if he discards a card to add his diplomacy. So we're going to do that. He's going to add his diplomacy, which is another +1. That's pretty good. We're going to do it. 10, 14, 16, 18, 19. So this maneuver, her coming down, this guy looks up as she comes falling down on him, and he screams out. Even though she's small, she looks so... It's death coming for him. The forest... Like, everything that's wild that ever existed out there is coming for him right then and there. And it's almost like a nightmare. It is a nightmare. A living nightmare. And this guy, like, probably shits his armor right as she's coming at him. And she's, when he looks up, the whole reason she did that is because he looks up, he exposes his neck. And she grasps onto his helmet, sticking her fingers in and skewering an eyeball. And then she's got her hand grabbing his throat, and then she's at his throat with her fangs. I'm going to leave the rest to your imagination because it's pretty fucked up, if you ask me, personally. All right, so that's another one going down. And then Fumbus is going to rock his. And I think we're going to do Flaming Shortbow with Enchant Weapon, because why not? He just learned it, right? And so that's going to be D10 +3. That's a D10. Okay, D4. And then I'm going to be adding another D6 because I'm using fire. And then I might as well discard something. Discard this to add another D4. Don't I have another D4? Yes, I do. And this gives me what? 1D4 plus whatever in the magic trait? Says he's whispering some power as Hakon starts fighting the first one. He whispers his power on his bow. And in addition to the flame igniting at the end of because of the magic of the short bow, the shaft begins to glow. So that's +2. So that's so he's got +5. This is like unfair. +5. I feel bad. I feel real bad. Feel feel real good. 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow, that's off. This arrow goes right through this guy's breastplate. Hakon looks over and is kind of amazed to see this arrow bolt, glowing arrow bolt, that it looked like it melted around the armor, is kind of like melted, just buried in. The guy gurgles, falls, ching, shbam. These three men who thought they were coming in to silence some people have found themselves rather dead rather quickly. I need to roll that. That is a shit roll. Whose turn was that? But that was the very last card, which means that this location is sealed. Not completely. Look at this. Look at this, Fumbus says, after they've calmed down, taken in the situation, gone back to say this is going to go back to searching. Fumbus had found something. Well, yes, Fumbus had found something that some documentation that alluded to another testing area. And Lenny looks down and notices blood stains on the floor. Odd ones though, like drips of blood. And then notices that there's scrape marks around the table. And so with Hakon's help, they in Fumbus, they push the table, and the table moves to reveal a staircase going down to another place. A blood pool. So, carefully, whose freaking turn was that? Was that Hakon's turn? I think that was Hakon's turn. Wait, hold on. Who drew the barrier? I think it was Lenny who drew the barrier. I'm pretty sure it was Lenny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh shit. I gotta do the news. Lich, I'm sorry, dude.
Hello, monsters. I'm the Lich. It's time for Dungeon News. Unless you've been living underneath a rock elemental, you know that the 2019 Great Dungeon Scavenger Hunt has officially begun. And I gotta admit, the ghouls on level 7 have put together a really interesting list of things to find. Let's see here. Get a selfie with Barry the Blink Dog? Good luck. Let's see, what else? Make a picture of a lich out of different mushrooms. Nice, yeah. That's gonna be cool. This list is so long, right guys? Yeah. Wait, what the? Bring back something from level 7. No. Get me the ghouls down here now. Listen, monsters, for your safety, do not go to level 7. Are you hearing me? Do not go to level 7. That's the news.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to level 7. Promise you that. Heard you loud and clear, buddy. Okay. Fumbus's turn. All right. Fumbus. Prayer. What we got left? So what is this blood pool? At this location, after you discard cards as damage, bury a card from your discards. Bastion boots. Let's see if he notices these as they walk down the stairs into this next area. What is even a blood pool? I'm going to say... So they find themselves in what could most easily be explained as a laboratory. There is actually a blood pool there, which is pretty disgusting. It takes them a quick second to realize that they're staring at a round fountain type thing with blood in it, collected. There's a drained body hanging above. Apparently, it looks like someone who's suffering from the plague. Actually, no, they don't. It's another look. It looks like it's not a person who's been ravaged by a plague. Looks like a normal human person, who's been their throat slit and blood drained into this blood pool. And then there's an entrance to the sewers, and yeah, that's what we know for so far. Yeah. Bastion boots, dexterity. Well, actually, he's got a really good chance to find those deep. Okay, so what do these do? Recharge to move. You may not use this power during an encounter. When you encounter an obstacle or trap barrier, recharge to evade it. Huh. He might end up keeping those. These are nice. They fit too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So wait a minute. Hold on. I think it's time to heal some people. No, I can't do anything. He's going to drop to 6. And it's Hakon's turn. The keep. When you would discard or bury an armor you play, you may recharge it instead. They're staring at this blood pool when they hear a sound. That's when they notice another door leading out of it. And the sound's slow. And in with a wheelbarrow comes another one of these guards. He looks up, goes, well, hello there. Who are you? Well, Hakon says, hi, we're from the Queen's Guard. Hello, we're from the Queen's Guard. The Grey Maiden Guard drops the wheelbarrow and turns as if to run. Hakon goes, wait. Actually, would he? Yes, he would. Wait, we're just looking for some answers. And the guy runs out of the door. Hakon goes, damn it, and goes running out the door. And the guy who had a little bit of brains on him had just did a really quick ambush. He had stopped and turned to strike at Hakon immediately in the dark hallway. So that's 15. Okay. And all Hakon's got is this. Well, he can discard this to add his diplomacy. So we're looking at 2d10. 2d10. I'm not adding that in a d8. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I need a 10. There's no help here either. So the ambush pays off for this guy. And I was cocky. I let it go. Look at those double ones. After you discard cards as damage, bury a card from your discards. Well, we have to discard our Elven Curve Blade. It catches in the guy's armor. And then we're going to bury a card from my discard. I'll bury the Horn of Battle Clarity. We want to avenge. I think I have something for avenging. No. Or do I just let this go? Yeah. Hakon and Lenny come running out because they hear a thump, thump, they assumed that it's the Hakon finishing off the Grey Maiden Guard. They're pretty surprised when they found Hakon on the ground, and the guard nowhere to be seen. Are you all right? Are you all right? Are you all right? Yeah, yes, I'm fine. It's merely a flesh wound. He ran off down that way. I suppose we should probably go after him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think you had in that wheelbarrow? I don't know. We should find out. Alright, Lenny. We're getting low on hours here. When you would recharge a magic boon, discard it instead. Oh, I guess no, it's okay. Okay. There was somebody else down here. Oh shit. Before I do fighting him, I was going to heal. I'm going to heal her. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're both at 8. She's going to heal him. She's going to heal him. 1d4 plus 1. 4. Him being Fumbus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, that was a berry. That was an eyes. Now she's got to fight this guy who comes out of the shadows. The guard wasn't alone. He was just the first one through the door. So when he went running back out, the reason why he turned around to fight Hakon was he knew he had help. He didn't end up needing it. And he went running on. The other guy stuck around to see who would come out. And as soon as Lenny sticks her head out, or both of them come running out, he attacks. Before acting, succeeded a wisdom or perception check or discard a card. Alright, wisdom or perception. Okay, great. That's going to be a 9. She's got plus 5, so she just needs a 4 on D10. She rolls a frickin' 3. Okay. She's got to discard a card. Fine, I'm going to discard a dagger. She's caught a little unaware. She's a little surprised, but this is a 14. She needs to do a 14. Oh, she doesn't have... But she does. Oh, wait, what's this say? After you discard a card as damage, bury a card from your... Oh, it's not damage. Okay. I can discard a card or recharge an... Okay. All right. I'm going to discard. She doesn't take a form. Well, she's just going to take a generic. She's going to go her feral form, which is just fangs and claws, more cat-like. She's going to... No. She'll discard the Sacred Candle. Discard the Sacred Candle to be 1d10. Where's my good 1d10? Why do I keep losing this? There we go. 10. Dun dun dun. Plus 1d4. I want that d4. Local check. No, go ahead and take that. Okay, and then... So that's 14. She's got plus 5, so all she needs is a 9 out of those. Ooh. Banish. Oh, yeah. He's going to use Viper Strike. He's going to cast Viper Strike for her. He sees this guy come out of the shadows to attack her, and as she turns, her instincts go off, so she's immediately assuming animal form. And Hakon whispers enough spells to add poison to her fingers, her claws, and her fangs. And she attacks this guy. She gets to add a d12. 8, 10, 16, This poor guy. He should have ran off with the guard. He really should have. All right, Lenny. That's it for her. Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The unicorn. Your check to acquire is blessed. The other one was a returning star knife, right? Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna get this one ranged. +3, D10. Yep. Huh. And it's blessed, so yeah, I was definitely gonna get this. Okay. Pulls that. So this sneaky dude was gonna use this. He had him in his hands. He was gonna use this to kill Lenny. He's dead now, and Phobos takes his lucky star knife. Oh, it's not like a throwing star. It's like he holds onto it. That's what he was gonna kill her with, or attempt to kill her with. Didn't work, buds. All right. Phobos is gonna use his. Oh wait, hold on. Before I do anything, he's gonna use his elixir of healing to heal. Oh, you know who's pretty low? Hakon. He's gonna heal Hakon. Oh, awesome! 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty sweet. Craft check. Ooh, cool. Recharges that. Technically, I should do it at the end of the turn, but we're just going to keep moving. He's doing that to explore. Wand of Acid Burst. Your check to acquire is blessed. I think I want that. Intelligence, Arcane, D8, so 2D8. Got it. Got a lot of stuff here, bubs. Nothing I can use to explore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I don't have to draw, so that's freaking great. That comes over here. Get low on hours, but we're really low here too. So Hakon. So that apparently that wand was also in the sneak's pockets. So the sneak had both that star knife and a wand. The betrayal. It's a blessing. Charisma and diplomacy. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of his thing. 7. All I need was a 6. I will take it. I'm going to discard this to explore. So, Hakon gets up, checks himself, decides that he's definitely still capable, and heads on down this tunnel. Smells like the sewer. And sure enough, the guy was waiting a little bit further down. He was watching them. He was watching them to see what they were going to do. He was like, oh shit, when the sneak guy died, and now he's going to attack out of the shadows to see if he can't just finish Hakon off. Hakon's got the Frost Longspear, which is pretty dope. Dope. Alright, D10 plus D8. D10 plus D8 plus D4. I'm gonna, on my check. Ooh, is that a closer? That's a closer. Huh. Okay. That's good. I want to not fuck this up. So I'm going to use this betrayal I just picked up to bless this twice. It says on your check, discard to bless twice. So that's 2d10. 2d10. 3d10. 3d10. D4. D8. Oh, we got... Oh, you know what I did. $15. I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to go ahead and discard a card to add my thing. 10, 18, 6. Okay, yeah. Now, he comes out, but Hakon was ready for it. He wasn't going to get fooled twice. As this guard comes out of the shadows thinking he was being sneaky, Hakon had already clocked him, and he had his frost long spear ready. Runs this guy, hits him up against the wall. The guy's sitting there going, oh, damn. Hakon goes, what'd you have in the wheelbarrow? Dumping bodies. In the sewer? Yes. What about people who had been cured? What about them? You mean the specials? Yes. Drain the pool. And then he dies. So, this is a closer. We gotta bury 2 cards. He's gonna bury the 2 cards to end this. Hakon comes back with the news to Linny and Fumbus. And after a little bit of searching in this laboratory, they find a lever near the little fountain. And they hit it. They hear, at first, nothing. They hear a little bit of grinding, and then nothing, and then slurping, because it had opened a drain, and no blood was flowing down in the drain. And when that was done, something else triggered, and then the drain opened up larger. And from above, suddenly, and startles them, a platform comes down with attached to chains. And it goes down. It's perfectly... The pool is a good, 8 feet around, or 8 feet diameter. And the platform fits perfectly in it. It goes down just like a couple feet and it stops, as if waiting. What do you think is down there? Probably more answers. Yes. So, we're not sure what these Queen's physicians were up to. Apparently something terrible, especially if they were in cahoots with Rolf Lamb. The Grey Maiden Guards knew something was up, but how far down? They're dumping bodies in the sewer. They're obviously not... If they're dumping bodies in the sewer, that means they were helping spread the disease. That they know for sure. Hakon's kind of fixated on the idea that there's people and these specials, people who either survive the disease or maybe can't get it, that if they can't find the source of the disease, then finding a way to cure it or stop it would be then obviously the next big thing. And so they're going down. So our next adventure is going to be, or next scenario, is actually going to be the finale of this particular adventure. I say adventures because there's campaign, and there's adventures, and then there's scenarios. And this is adventure 2, and there are total, for the Curse of the Crimson Throne, there are 4 adventures? 5, 6. There are 6 adventures. So we are not even halfway through. So that's pretty cool. So next week is going to be the Cult of Urgathoa. It is the final scenario in this particular adventure, and we're going to find out what is beneath the blood pit. What were the Queen's physicians doing down there? What is up? I'm going to level these guys up, and you can join me next Friday. Tomorrow is Pathfinder Apocrypha Adventure Card Game. Got to come join that. It's fun. If you're watching on YouTube, come join me live. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you for stopping by, Heroic. Thank you, McTeddy. As always, Viva the Dungeon.